I'm gonna go live. It's not live yet. It takes a little bit of time. Okay, and we're live. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. So this will be the last WebCon session that we'll have, our very last spotlight. So very sad, but it's awesome that we've been doing this for a whole year, and I really like the spotlights because we get to really know our staff and volunteers and panelists on a more personal level, and we get to have really fun discussions. So my name is Crystal Hart. As you may know, I'm the con chair. And then I also have one of our other con chairs, Ari, here as well. And I also have a panelist here, Justin, who's also a volunteer and a staff member of WebCon. So we're just here to just talk about WebCon and what its impact is in the past year, just the whole transition from in real life to a virtual convention and what that transition seems like going back to in-person conventions again. So we're just gonna have everyone introduce themselves. So we'll start with Ari.
Hi, I'm Ari, Ariel, however you like. I'm they, them. I'm also a con chair for WebCon, under the boss lady. But yeah. I like anime, video games, reading, books, pretty much everything.
Nice. Justin, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Justin. I do digital marketing in my free time. I like comic books, music, like piano, and sci-fi. And I've done a variety of panels with WebCon, including like Doctor Who panels, WebCon, and I've done some watch parties.
And we just have joining us A-Rock, who's also one of our WebCon panelists. Because I know a little late, we are recording, we are live, just so you know. And you're muted right now, but do you want to introduce yourself, A-Rock? Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry.
I am so sorry. I lost track of the time. I fell asleep.
All is forgiven.
Okay. What's good, y'all? It's your boy A-Rock here. I am so sorry that I came so late. Now I see how Kakashi be right now.
It's okay. We literally just started because we were a little bit behind. So don't worry. You didn't miss much.
I honestly thought that was planned. Like special guest appearance by A-Rock.
With that intro and everything, and he's like, you can see that I spent time making this bed messy for this like speech about how I slept in. Okay, so first things first, I know some of y'all have been in spotlights in the past, or you've done panels or anything like that. So do you just have any updates about yourself and anything new going on, anything you really want to highlight from the past year that you're really excited and happy about? So let's start with Justin.
Things that are new with me. I graduated college. It's pretty big. I'm on to.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. I'm on to trying to establish myself as a digital marketer, looking for work, and then you know, as like it's a transition because I'm graduating from college, but then also WebCon's done, and I'm moving on to like more professional things, like doing trying to get and so it's a transition time for me, but it's going well, and I'm looking forward to how it keeps going.
Congratulations on your degree. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a bachelor's of arts in music business.
Nice, nice. You can sell and market our webcon anthem. So we can get those hot album
Yeah.
sales. We can win a what was it, a Grammy, the award you get? We can get a Grammy for that.
What about a Webby?
A Webby. Oh my gosh, we have a Web Awards.
I like that Webby Award show.
We're like, who's the best webcon? Us. We're the best online convention. Who has the best soundtrack? Us. Like, it's all biased.
And like who had the best costume?
Clearly Webby. Did you not see how Webby dressed up for every single event we had?
I was honestly always on fleek.
Webby, and then when Webster later joined the crew, Webster too. Also, special thanks for Mink Stater for all of the illustrations and for Jessica as well throughout the entire year. It's very appreciated. Snaps. Okay, Ari, so do you have any updates or anything you'd like to share?
Let's see. Started working for another job I hate. But other than that, actually, the two others couldn't be here today, but Juliana and Michael, we've been running some panels for WebCon. At first, it was under the name Nico Re, but now we've kind of settled on a name that we want for our podcast. Which, surprise, we're doing a podcast, which is pretty cool. I think so. But yeah, so we've been working on that. And I've been working on cleaning up my room and my life. And then, let's see. Since then, I've kind of, I don't know, I've just been like vibing, chilling with the waves of life, trying to decide what I want to do forever. Yeah.
And what's the name of your podcast and how can people find it if they want to listen to you? You got to plug yourself.
Oh my god. Well, see, I'm the worst at that. I need to, raise my points in shilling. We've decided to call it the Correct Weebs Club or Correct Weeb Hours. We're bad at branding, so the name's probably going to change every single time. Right now, you can find us under, I believe it's Correct Weeb Hours on Twitter. Because we haven't started posting yet. We will one day. Let me just check that real quick. Yes, it is Correct Weeb Hours at Correct Weeb on Twitter. But we don't only talk about anime, although that's a majority of it. We also talk about pretty much like anything we want. One of our episodes is currently being held to be dedicated to when the Powerpuff Girls CW show drops.
Oh my gosh, the one where they filmed just the pilot and they were like, nah, bro, we gotta scrap this and start over. And then they're like, delay in releasing, which it's bad when CW thinks it's bad. Because CW releases some hot garbage.
Oh my gosh. Half of I think I killed the other two one day because they were talking about something and I put that clip from the the Riverdale show when Cole Sprouse is like, I'm weird, and like that whole thing. And like I was crying, but they did not know about it. Or
The minute I hear Riverdale, I hear Archie Comics.
Oh yes, correct, A-Rock.
Yes. Not the CW show. I got into a bad habit of saying this because when you just go to a lot of like diversity things or businesses are like, we're diverse, and they literally have one Hispanic, one Black person, and one Asian person. So every time I see that, I'm like, great, like a CW show. And I keep using that as like and then people literally die and I'm like, I need to stop saying that. Like that's literally, I'm like, oh look, we're a CW show. We all look at each other. Or if like someone already heard that before, then I say, oh look, we're the Magic School Bus.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's what's going on with me right now. Yeah, it's cool.
Nice. What about you, A-Rock?
Well, well, first of all, like I am very close to reaching Twitch affiliation. I just need to get an average view of 3 in order to make that goal. And so
Oh.
far, I am I am like, I'm not that close yet, but it's just the view count that I need to focus on right
Okay, so
there.
you have the follower count.
I have the follower count already. I just need the view count to go with it.
Oh, yeah, that's always the hard part I've heard from people. You just have
Yeah.
to like really grill your family and your friends to like always show up like every Twitch stream.
Not only that though, but I also have to like expand my networking a little bit more. That's the
Yeah.
bigger problem. That's the bigger thing I need to focus on. Not to mention like promotion.
Yeah.
We'll go to Shill School together, A-Rock.
Also, since I've been fully vaccinated, I'm going back on the convention tour now, y'all.
Oh.
Nice. Congrats on the vaccination. Yay.
Yay. So yeah, I've got the whole I got the whole convention tour planned out right there. Because on June 27th, going to PortCon Maine. We're gonna be there for Sunday only. But plus, I'm also visiting my aunt during that weekend, so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone at that time.
Nice.
Right.
Exciting.
And then the July 31st and August 1st, Terrificon, which is at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville. And I'm going to be there for Sunday only as well, because my schedule, I have to work around my schedule.
Yeah. But at least you're going up to cons though. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. But but I'm not done there though. Then I got September 9th to the 12th, Kineticon. It's coming back, and I'm going to be there all weekend.
A-Rock just has a full schedule.
He's like, I got my life planned. And I'm like, yo, A-Rock, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. But thanks.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm vibing. A-Rock's like, I have this, I have this, I have this, and I have this that same day, but at 2:30.
Wow. and then later on in November is Retro World Expo, also at the same location as Kineticon. I'm also going to be there
I always
for
wanted
Sunday
to go
only.
there. I always wanted to try that.
The Retro World Expo, it's
Mhm.
actually going to be in my hometown, and it's going to be in November.
Nice.
So if you guys have the time, you know where to find me. And then finally in 2022, to be determined, will be Anime Boston. There's still no confirmation yet whether or not the convention will still continue after this vaccines have been going. But we'll see where that goes. We'll see we'll see if Anime Boston is going to be back up and running by then.
Some people are better at announcing it than others. Like some cons already like exactly. You know what's like PoochieCon is already happening like this weekend. I was like, whoa, like an in-person. I believe they're in person. I want to fact check myself. Is anyone else having any cons that they're going to this year that they want to share?
Well,
Share with the class.
I'm gonna have to check out. I'm gonna check out PortCon, because I'm in Portland.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So hopefully I can.
Maybe I might see him on Sunday.
It's this Sunday?
No, it's on the June 24th to the 27th.
Okay, I can probably make it.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's in person already this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Most of the events are going to be virtual, is what I've heard.
So what does that mean? Like the cons in person, but then the
Some
big
of the
events are...
Some of the events will be live some of the events are going to be a live audience, but I think some of it's going to be like virtually on screen for them to watch.
Oh, so like they already pre-recorded it, and then you're paying the ticket and you're watching it. Oh,
exactly.
Well, it's not in person, but I originally for the year of 2020, I had applied to be a panelist for Anime Next, and I was actually accepted. However, then COVID happened and annihilated my life. And they did something last year that was like a combination with 2 other I think Kineticon was actually one of them, but I'm not sure. But they're happening online this year. They actually I just submitted 2 different videos, one by myself, and one with the Correct Weebs for
Mhm.
panels for that, for like they were doing like videos on demand. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm very immunocompromised and I will probably die with or without COVID. So I'm going to skip the rest of this year. um,
Well,
LMAO.
just to like touch upon a topic though, I think that even though it's nice that cons are going back, I think that especially big cons, like I can understand small conventions that were made during COVID maybe may not stay around for a while, but especially major cons that transition to a completely online format and they have the volunteer and the manpower and the money, I think they should continue doing online events for individuals who cannot attend cons in general. And not just because they're immunocompromised, you know, some people have like social anxieties, or maybe it's like physically difficult for them to travel to a con or to walk around because, you know, it takes a lot on your body. There's just some people who just can't go to a con setting for a variety of like medical or emotional reasons, and or financial as well. So I think it's just like, I hope they keep doing that because it's not fair at the end of the day, because it makes cons more accessible.
Yeah, definitely. I actually have a friend who, when I was in Arizona, I went to a convention and it was super fun and he really wanted to go, but he could only end up like, I don't want to like being able to attend like half the day because he has like very severe social anxiety. So like going to anything like that, even just being around people, can be like very draining. Like I was happy he was there, but like I also felt bad that it was like that draining on
Yeah,
him.
because cons are like large. Like it's hard to find small cons. And even if you find small cons, they eventually become large after like 3 years. So it's just like really difficult. Like, you know, I already get super like drained with cons, physically, emotionally, mentally, like everything. So I can only imagine if you can't handle the spaces to begin with, it's very heavy. Yeah, I hope so. I just think it'd be like such a waste because it's like they clearly can do it, you know, like we've seen it in the past year that they're able to do it. And if they have to charge like money or something, I mean, just make it like super affordable, like maybe like, I don't know, like $10 to see like virtual sessions or something. It's like cheaper than a con ticket that's like 65. Yeah, or you know what's also good too, if they film stuff, because I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, but probably have. You know when cons have a lot going on at once and then you miss things and then you get sad because you really want to be there, or like because you were stuck in the one corner of the dealer hall for like an hour because it was so packed. And by the time you were able to finally go to the panel, it was like almost over, so you missed it. Like it would be nice if they record it just so you could watch it. Because you're like, oh man, I missed it.
Yeah.
Or they do have like capacity limits too, so you can't even go in even if you wait in line.
Like imagine like that would be great for Hall H stuff at Comic-Con, because like it's so hard to get in there. Like it's a lot of money and like it's just like it's so packed and like
Yeah, even if you want to do stuff in a con, like if you go to the major cons, even because the major cons tend to have like all of the really cool panels, you know, because they have all the guests and all these people who travel all over just to go to the convention. Like even if you want to go to those, you have to wait for like an hour and a half outside the door in a huge line, and it doesn't even guarantee you'll be able to go inside. And then sometimes they literally cut off because it gets so filled, or like you show up late because it's so packed you can't even move. And that sucks. Yeah, I guess question is like, what does everyone miss most about in-person conventions?
The dealer's room.
Yeah. I do miss that. Except I also don't, because I would spend exorbitant amounts of money. Okay, because like I feel like it's more difficult in person because I'm already like, someone talks to me and I'm like, I'm sorry, here's all my money. Like, and they're like, I didn't even ask. But like, they're like, oh, do you like my art? And I'm like, yeah, I love your art. And they're like, oh, this one's priced like this. And I'm like, oh, you're right, it is. Dang, it really is. And then like they just smile and I'm like, all right, here's my wallet and my social security card.
I know, I get like that too, especially since I'm like such a chill person. Like I'll talk to people for a while and then like you have a really good conversation and then at the end it's like I have to like walk away and not buy it. And it's like that's the most awkward thing ever. Cause they're like, you can in their mind, they're probably like, yeah, she's definitely gonna buy this because she clearly
yeah.
loves the series and knows a lot and is like willing to talk to me about it. And then I'm like, oh, sorry. And then you just walk away. It's awkward.
Yeah.
But also for anyone watching, please don't ever complain about prices at a
Oh,
con
yeah,
in
yeah,
front of
yeah.
the tables. Like I know that's a common habit, but that is extremely really rude. Side pet peeve because I hate when that happens because you can hear it, you can feel the hurt in their souls, and it's just really rude. And I'm like, don't be disrespectful because they put time into that. Or even if they're just selling like merch, like you know, the pricing is because it got shipped overseas or something. Don't be that person who looks it up online in front of them and is like, but I found it here for like $10. Please don't be
Yeah.
like that. Okay, side note.
Like I'm just happy that it's there. I usually
Yeah.
just be happy that it's there, not somewhere else.
There's this one artist and she frequents a lot of New York and like those kind of and then she was in Arizona for some reason. But she like is so nice and I keep buying her stuff every convention I go to, and she's like, oh, I can offer you a really good deal. How much do you have? I'll give you like $20 off. And I'm like, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. Because you know they need to make it's a business for them at the end of the day. Like it's a livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes so much and just production and costs and like to rent the tables and everything. And like, yes, like sometimes you see it online for like $20, but like, did you even factor in shipping your loony? Or like you're also paying for convenience because it's right there because you take it home with you right then and there.
Yeah.
Anyone else wants to mention anything that they really miss the most about in-person
Yeah.
cons?
I just
actually being in person for one, because like you're actually at the convention, but you want to interact with people who share the same interests as you, and then you actually want to be able to hang out with these people,
Yeah.
and because you both love the same thing.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Justin?
Yeah, so like I like just like seeing my friends there. Like I have some friends in like other states, but they like we all meet up at the cons. So like that's like where you see them. And then like you know, just like meeting new people in person and like seeing your friends there.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's like being in a con is like being like in a little like bubble of joy, because then like in your real life, like it's hard to find people who like the same things as you go through life. But then when you go to a con, like you will meet like groups of people that like the same things as you do, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could talk about this with people. Yeah, that's always nice.
I remember actually going to an 18 plus panel, and it was it was my first time going there. It was like 2015. It was me and my buddy Paige, and we didn't know what we were expecting. It was an 18 plus panel. It was involving nude scenes of anime shows that we have never even heard of, by the way. And we were just freaking out. Like we didn't know. Like by the end of the panel, like me and Paige saw like the names of the shows, and we were like, oh, write that down, write that down, write that down, write that down, write it down. We never got to see them. We never got a chance to watch them. In the end, we never got a chance to watch them.
You still got the list you want to circulate?
No, we don't. We don't have the list anymore.
Oh my gosh.
That list is long gone.
No, I remember my first 18 and up panel. So I feel like I've probably shared it with some people in the server, but my first 18 and up panel, it was like my first time at a con as well, so I didn't realize there was 18 and up stuff because I was so pure then. So there was a panel called Desserts After Dark, and I thought it was a tea party, and so I didn't eat dinner because I was like, let me save money so I can buy merch because I was a poor college student. So I literally showed up and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's 18 up because I didn't want kids to show up and eat all the dessert. Like, this is literally my logic, guys. I like literally thought this through so hard. And then I walked and then they checked my ID. It was like, wow, they're very serious. They definitely don't want kids eating these desserts. So then I go inside and like, I swear the first thing I noticed was I was the only female in the room. And I was like, this is kind of odd. I was like, I guess guys like wanted to go here. Like they feel comfortable being at a tea party. Like this is a very open place. And I was like, okay. And then they turn on the screen and I was like, oh, maybe we're gonna watch something cute and then have like desserts while watching this. And I remember looking at my friend's face and not looking at the screen and then seeing his face turn horrified. And then I was like, what's going on? And then I turned to look at the screen and I saw like cake being used in the most like strange way, like this different type of frosting being used and that I've never seen before in my life. And I was literally like, what is this? And then I literally like ran out of the room and I swear I couldn't eat like cake or cupcakes because I eat that like almost every morning. Like I eat sweets for breakfast. It's so bad. But like I couldn't eat sweets for like a straight 2 weeks because I was so traumatized seeing cake being used in such a manner. That's my story. That's my first 18 up panel. But I swear I thought it was because they didn't want kids eating all of the desserts. I was like, that's why it's 18 and up. Got it. Big thinking.
I'm sorry, it's just too funny.
Oh my gosh. Yep, internet. If it's 18 and up, it's probably for adults. Adult content.
Do not
Yep.
show any of your kids
Probably.
this.
I like the probably with like asterisks around it.
No, but even the description of it was something like enjoy some lovely like desserts after dark, satisfy that sweet tooth. Like it was something like, you know what I mean? And I read it so innocently. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna satisfy my sweet tooth. Yes. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
Not on that note, it wasn't 18 plus, but I actually went to a maid cafe like at one of the conventions for the first time about a year and a half ago. It was probably 2019 or 2018, I can't remember, but in Arizona. And I went with Michael of the Correct Weebs and this guy, Alex of the Homies. And so we were there. And so like Alex of the Homies is very like normie, and I had begged him to come with us. And he's like a chill guy. So he's like vibing, he's like enjoying things, he's like having conversations he knows nothing about. And so like the maids come in and they start like doing their stuff and whatever. And he's like, oh, is this like a normal thing? And we're like, yeah, I guess. And then so the maid that was assigned to our table, she was supposed to be like super cute and happy, like the whole persona thing. And then I started playing this game that my partner showed me, which is like the stick man game or something. So you have like a stick guy and you got to somehow kill him. Fun stuff. So like you as the stick guy's god gets to do like whatever you want to like try to save him, and everyone else has to do like all this other stuff. So I start playing this with Michael and Alex of the Homies, and the maid comes over and notices, and she's like, oh, what are you playing? And so we're playing, and she got so into this. She tried to keep like the persona up throughout the whole thing, and then towards the end she's like, I just want this stick man to like eat dirt.
Wow.
Like, LMAO. Like it was very funny. But that was fun. I liked that. I miss doing in-person things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Memories. Okay, so my next question is just to give people some context, what are the panels that you actually did at WebCon in the past year, and which one was your favorite and why? So we'll start with Justin.
So I did 2 Doctor Who panels. I did 2 mental health panels. I did several watch parties. I did a workshop for about comic books, and a dance party. That's a lot. Trying to pick a favorite. That's hard. I think like they all did different things. Like the Doctor Who and the mental health were the ones I put the most work into. Doctor Who was just really, really fun, and then mental health was like actually making an impact on the world. And I still stay in touch with. I still have professional connections out of that, out of the mental health panel. Like I'm on next weekend. I'm filming a YouTube video with one of the panelists named Ajilsa about the Moon Knight casting, because Moon Knight has dissociative identity disorder. So we're gonna talk about that news. So just keeping up the connections. I think they both the Doctor Who and my mental health ones were probably my favorites.
Yeah, I really like the mental health panel because it was really nice to have this very like serious discussion, because I feel like that's lacking in a lot of conventions, but I think it's super important for people to have these conversations, especially with like, it's true, like it's something that is lacking in society, but it's also really part of our culture, you know, like what nerds tend to be attracted to certain fandoms because of their mental health, and what's lacking there. So I think it was really nice to have that conversation in like a convention, and I wish more conventions have those conversations with people. How about you, Ari?
First off, I just wanted to say I'd argue your other panels also had an impact on people.
Yes.
Justin. Sorry, I just wanted to add that. Don't ever put down anything you do. Not anyway. So let's see, what did I do this year? Nothing. I hosted a fan fiction panel, which wasn't about writing fan fiction, but about the importance of fan fiction. Basically, the whole premise of it is, in a world taken over by capitalism, why is the ability for fans to create their own art important?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the thing behind it. It's also being presented at Anime Next. Let's see. What did I do that same weekend? Oh, I like doing trivia. I love trivia. So yeah, I hosted some trivia. I host the best trivia, better than anyone else. Let's see. Oh, Kane and we hosted an anime openings thing where rather than trying to fool the people doing the panel, I was trying to fool him, because he gave me a list of what he thought should be in it, and I tried to find the most like, what's the word, like trick question things to put for the openings. So there was like a Kiss Kiss Fall in Love AMV for Cardcaptor Sakura. And so he's like, oh, it's Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm like, wrong, it's Aura. I'm like, didn't you listen to the song? Sorry. So my whole thing was to annoy him rather than the contestants. Let's see. Did I do it for WebCon, the dating sim panel?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That one's my favorite just because I've always really liked dating sims. And just talking about them and their prevalence.
You did that, I think, around the Valentine's Day one, the Cupid. And then I was fangirling and dropping like a bunch of really terrible dating sims because I'm trash. And I was like,
no, they're not terrible.
No, yours were. I was the trash individual.
Oh no, I'd say yours weren't either. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. I really like talking about history of fandom things and like how it relates to fandom. Just because like I did a lot of sociology stuff in college about like the prevalence of fandom and stuff, which I thought was cool. Let's see, as the correct weebs, we hosted, oh my god, I can never remember the correct wording, Dreams, Memes, and Themes, which was basically talking about really good OSTs and some opening and ending themes in anime, mostly anime, but some video games. So we were talking about that. Let's see, we recently just did the Forgotten Shonen Kings, which we never submit it with the parentheses around the S, but is for the Forgotten Shonen King parentheses S close parentheses, because it is our excuse to talk about our favorite show, which is Katekyo Hitman Reborn. I'll plug it again here.
That killed me because I thought it was gonna be like a whole thing, and then it was like just Reborn. I was like, solid.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. You could probably have noticed we threw that together pretty quickly, because we were supposed to do it for anime. We did do it for Anime Next, and like the night before, I'm like, guys, the deadline's tomorrow. We're like, oh, that's right. Yeah. Let's see, we did that. What was the other one we did? Can't remember anything I do ever. Yeah, that was it. Oh, we did our podcast on the last day of WebCon.
Very important one.
I had a lot of fun doing that because we tried to make it a little more like introducing ourselves, because usually we do it without visuals, but having some visuals there for first time was interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely the dating sim panel was, I think, my favorite.
I love all the weeb content.
Thank you.
Kanyuki, keep anime rocking. There you go.
There it is. There it is.
There it
He's
is.
here in spirit.
He's here in spirit. And what about you, A-Rock? What panels have you done for WebCon, and which one is your favorite?
Well, let's see. The webcon panels that I've done, live streams of gaming is one of them. Then I had the anime roundtable, which were just talking about anime stuff in general.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes. Not to mention like the Halloween improv storytelling that we had to do. Like just put something out there. Not to mention like me having to read fan fiction from all that you guys wanted me to read.
That was quality content.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah, we're trashy here at WebCon. We're trashy
Yeah.
but classy.
Oh my god. Like the fan fiction reading, I had to freaking read out loud to people.
My favorite is how one time there was just straight up a Yu-Gi-Oh only themed fan fiction reading, and that was
Uh-huh.
awesome. And then I pulled up stuff from the depths of the internet that A-Rock wish he never read. I'm a little teacup short.
No, we're not going back to that. Okay, we're not going back to that.
I'd like to know.
Oh god, like
Oh
this,
my
like the
gosh.
things that Bree wants me to read, man.
Oh no, it's
Like,
truly terrifying. It's literally like, oh, like the one time I hosted a fan fiction reading myself, it was literally like, you know, Connor had stuff, Ant had stuff, and then if you looked at mine, it was like a million tabs, and it was like, which one should I use? And they were all like bad, trash. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So my other question was like, how was the transition from an in-person to a virtual convention for you? I don't know if you want to speak about it from a panelist perspective or as a con goer. Just talking a little bit about that transition period. So we'll start with Justin.
Yeah, I haven't actually done panels for any in-person con, so I can talk about it from a con goer though, which is, I guess just like there's some good things, some bad things. Like the pros of that was probably like just being able to meet people from other countries that you don't get at like depending on where you go, which con. Like sometimes there are people from other countries, but like usually the ones that I've been to, like it's mostly just people from America, and so that was really good. And um, I guess just having the just like being able to be a panelist. I don't know if I would if that would have happened for me at in person. Now it might, but not before that. And but I guess the cons are just it's harder to meet people. You don't really you can't really make the same connections that you do. It's yeah, it's like a mixed bag, but it's got its own like flavor, I guess.
What about you, Ari?
Let's see. There's a couple of things. I think I talked to you a lot about it while we were planning for the first WebCon. Just as speaking as someone who's hosted and like run in on like in-person conventions, it was a whole lot different in terms of like scheduling, in terms of like logistics, just because like normally let's see, I guess a huge thing for me was like being in panel rooms, because usually just the way it's set up, like the person in front speaking or doing stuff or whatever, like it's very easy for them to like assume like a role of authority in the room. But when you're doing like an online thing, just it's very difficult sometimes to know like just who is in charge, and like so having people around to also watch those to make sure those were going smoothly was an interesting logistic that I didn't think about beforehand as much for an online convention versus like an in-person. Because in person, like they can be like, okay, hold on 1 second, they leave the room and find like a staff member walking around, or they just make a call. But yeah, because it's a little difficult to rein in people online. But in terms of the experience, being a panelist, I kind of liked it a little more just because I don't like people seeing my face ever. Not because I'm ugly, I just other people are ugly. But no, LMAO, I can see everyone else. No, y'all are beautiful. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing. Definitely easier for me when I'm like hosting a panel because I have all my notes on the slides too. So if I forget anything, I can just like look there, especially if I'm not like on camera. But yeah, I'd say is that as an attendee, sorry, I'm going through the list. As an attendee, I think it was still a really rewarding experience. I definitely liked how not to pat WebCon on the back, but I liked how we simulated the whole guest and staff interactions, especially on the server. But yeah, so it was definitely interesting. I'd say like to both, there's definitely pros and cons, but transitioning I feel like wasn't all that difficult, but I know for some people it probably was more, just because like technology is different degrees of learning curve for certain people, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially since people had to learn how to use things like Discord and stuff. Like I haven't used Discord in forever until COVID hit. Like I used it like very briefly, and then I was like trying to relearn everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely that technology barrier. What about you, A-Rock? How's the transition for you?
The transition was okay. I mean, I mean, I know I had like a hectic work schedule on my own side, but at least I was able to like do stuff at the night panels and all that.
Mhm.
I mean, I got to see Interstellar 5555. I actually got to see the podcast stuff. Not to mention, like, I also had everybody like go on Weakest Weave.
Yeah. It's
As long
definitely
as I can,
fun.
as long as I
Yep,
can work
I
around my
heard
schedule,
that
as long as I can work around like my work schedule around the convention, I can still be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's harder with a real life convention because you kind of have to commit to like a full day. Like
Exactly.
it's hard to trickle in just for segments unless you want to pay all that money. And then how has WebCon impacted you in the past year, whether it's with helping set up your image and your platform or making friends, or if you have anything else that comes to mind? So we'll start with Justin.
Yeah, so definitely helped me with like event planning. I got a lot of experience. Like depend like it's on my resume that I did stuff for web. So, oh, did I meet there? Yeah, and the skills and the connections and sort of like it gave me something to do during COVID. So like I didn't like go insane, like being at home. So that was all good.
What about you, Ari?
Nothing. JK.
You're like, I was a con chair and I hated it. I'm just kidding.
No, I really enjoyed it. I really liked working with everyone. I liked working with panelists. I liked working with guests. I liked everything except the weirdos, like the big men guys. They're weird. I'm not insulting people I don't know. That's my brother. But yeah, I really enjoyed pretty much everything. I've actually been applying to do some zines, the fan magazines. I've been applying using some of the experience from WebCon. But yeah, so that's cool. Again, not sure what I'm doing in my life, so I can't say what kind of experience I'm using there. But I think working with a large amount of people like that, especially in an online setting, was very enlightening for me. Just because like I've worked with like in-person big groups, but not as much online. But it's also helped me a lot to kind of organize like group things a lot. It also gave us an image for our podcast, I think. Just working with other people and seeing other people do things they enjoy. And I met the people called the Utakus. That was cool. I like them.
Life changing.
They're pretty rad. I'm always memeing on their server. They keep banning me, but somehow I keep no, they don't, they don't ban me. I'm not that bad. I swear. But yeah, so fun stuff.
It's like crazy because as I was traveling for medical school, I got to meet people that I would never know if it wasn't for WebCon, like the Utakus when I was in Chicago. So weird.
Yes. Can I mention something else? Is my turn over?
Yes. No, you can keep talking.
Yes,
There's no like
over. No more
turns.
talking. No, I was just gonna mention I had mentioned it to you a while ago, but when I went to visit you in Boston, I came back and I had like a sudden realization. I'm like, that's the first online friend I've met in person, like that I met online. I was like really like giddy for a second, like my middle school self constantly making plans to like meet people online. Not in a bad way. Sorry. Just to like, I don't know, meet people in public places. Stay safe out there, guys. But that it just made that kind of part of me really happy.
No, and then it didn't feel weird because it was like so natural because we talk and we're like talk so much to each other that we feel like we've known each other forever. So even like Justin, I met Justin just through WebCon, and then when I saw you at the dinner, it was like wasn't weird. It wasn't like, oh, who's this
Yeah.
person? It was just like very natural. And like the Utakos too, like it was just so weird. I'm like, and then I don't know, it's like, but I only known you guys for like a year. Crazy. And Ari's mom also is convinced I'm in the mafia, but that's a story for another
Oh my gosh, that whole thing was so funny.
What? How are you a part of the Otaku Mafia now?
No, not a taco mafia, the real mafia, like a cartel, you know?
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
Well,
My
that's
mom,
okay,
my mom's
because
absolutely
I don't know
convinced.
why people be telling. I don't know why. I don't know why somebody would say that, but
I can't
Um,
even remember. Oh, because you lived in the really nice apartment complex.
And then we went to
And-
like the really nice dinner, and they were like Miss
Yeah.
Leonardo and stuff. Cause like
yeah.
you know how the fake it to make it thing, like that's my motto for life. Like I just get things from working hard, but then it comes across as like I have money, but I'm like poor, like actually poor. So like I have a really nice like apartment that I'm very fortunate because I helped my landlord, and then I got this club membership, like a private club membership, and I remember watching those in movies, and it's really weird to have one, and I got that from like a science thing I did in the past. So then it was like bougie because we walked and it was like, welcome, Miss Leonardo, here's your guest. And then it's like 3-course meal, and it's like, would you like an extra appetizer on the house? And it was just like
Oh my
so-
gosh. And then they handed us like one of those things where it's like the tiny block of goat cheese, like a stuffed pepper and like a tomato.
So I just like, Ari's never met me in person, and then Ari's mom's like, are you sure she's not in the mafia? I'm like, who are you meeting? And it's like, welcome to my like beach house.
Oh, it's on the beach, and she's like, interesting, definitely not in the mafia.
This young girl. Ari, be careful. I'm not in the mafia, guys. Don't worry. But if you ever visit me, I will treat you like royalty. Let's go.
She did. She cooked me how many meals?
Oh, every
It was
meal.
like 3 of them, like because I was there for like 2 days. No, I was there for 3 days. You cooked me a
Yeah,
lot of
I'll
food.
cook for you. I'll cook for you. Like the stereotype I am, I'll cook for you. And it'll be good
It was
food.
good food too. I highly recommend.
Oh my gosh. What about you, A-Rock?
what was the question again?
Oh, how has WebCon impacted you in the past year, like with your image or platform or making friends or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I actually enjoyed having people around, especially when it came to like bringing up like some new allies and friends. I got to meet all of you through this convention to begin with. Exactly.
You know what's funny is I go to Connecticut a lot. Like I'm going to Connecticut like literally twice this week. So if you want to, I'll private message you.
I'm free Sunday.
Oh, that's where I'm going. I'm going Sunday and Tuesday.
Good.
I thought you're gonna be like, get out. Be like, no offense there.
No. I mean, if anything, we'll try something. I mean, I don't have much, so try. I'm sure we'll think of something.
Yeah, I'll message you. We'll see if we'll make it work.
Yeah, I'm coming to Boston again because I have to go there anyway to get. I'm visiting my parents in New Jersey, and then like the bus. It's like
That's where I'm moving to.
to New Jersey.
Yeah,
Where?
Where?
near Philly.
Oh, okay.
That's like South Jersey, right?
Yes, Seth.
Yeah, I'm from North Jersey.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was like I'll be in Boston next week, so maybe I can like hit you up.
Yeah, do it before Wednesday.
Okay.
We can
If
make it
anyone
happen.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to, like after this whole thing's over, I'm gonna do a little live stream of Grand Theft Auto if anyone's up for it.
Nice. y'all better watching better pop in. Get the views. A-Rock, get
Yes.
the views.
I wanted to do it earlier, but time got away from me.
That's okay. Let's see. So my question is, what specifically is your favorite part about WebCon? And is there anything very specific that you enjoyed that WebCon has done? And we'll start with Justin.
Sorry, can you repeat that question
Yep.
again?
So what's your favorite part about WebCon, and what are some specific things that you enjoyed most that WebCon has done?
I think my favorite part of WebCon was like all the people. Like all the people were very like I didn't. There were some people who were like I didn't get along the best with, but no one was like mean. Like most of the people were just so nice. And it's a really good like environment, and like all the con goers, all the staff. And then what was the second part of the question?
Oh, what did you enjoy the most? So it's like, what's your favorite part, or some things that you enjoyed
Okay.
most that WebCon has done?
Okay, yeah. So I think that covers it. Yeah.
Nice. Ari, your turn.
Nothing. Actually, JK, I'm my favorite part of
I was
WebCon.
about to say that. You'd be like me.
This is
I'm the
Um,
gift.
this is Dora the Explorer favorite part type of session right now.
Yeah. I like
Um,
that too.
let's see, I really liked the breadth of panels that we were able to host. I know in-person conventions kind of have to be selective because like they don't have unlimited room and whatnot. But just because of the way WebCon was set up, we could let so many different people like express basically whatever they wanted. Like there was things from my trashy weeb garbage to Justin's like mental health, to A-Rock streaming, to pretty much everything. Which I think that's a really cool thing that we were able to accomplish. I think that was my favorite part, to be honest. Also, Steven's straight fire mixtapes for WebCon. Those were
I still think we're the only convention that has a mixtape.
and
Absolute
it should-
fire. That's when it's like, look, mom, look, I made it. Yeah, we got like t-shirts and an album. Might as well just go on tour at this point. What about you, A-Rock? What was your favorite part?
Well, let's see. My favorite part was when Paul Blart was sent to the Shadow Realm. I'm kidding. Overall, I think my favorite would have to be my battery's running low. My favorite part would have to be having to do all having to be at these panels with everybody. Not to mention checking out Bree's little game of what's that? Guess that anime.
Do you want to go get a phone charger for a second?
I have one,
Okay, nice.
but I have to
Okay.
turn my phone the other way.
No worries.
Remember when like Comic-Con at home got announced, and they were like they like we did like we were the original, like we did it like they're copying us.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like, look at all these people copying us. Like we did it first. Oh man. Okay, so what was your least favorite part? Let's talk about a little bit about the negatives. Like, do you have any feedbacks or suggestions or anything like that? Because maybe it might help other people who are watching and want to start their own virtual convention. So we'll start with Justin.
Yeah, so one piece of feedback I got from people who I was messaging with, like they had problems with one of the chair. I can't remember which one, but
I think it was Crystal Heart.
it was like some random person I was messaging who like didn't like not enough like dollars, like not enough percentage of the donations like actually went to went to the cause or something, but I can't remember all the details about it.
Like it should have been more than $5 per t-shirt sale.
No,
Is
no,
it
no, no.
that?
So the charity that we worked with, one of them,
Oh,
like you know how all the donations were going to that charity?
yeah.
Like people had issues with that particular charity, like the percentage wasn't high enough of the funds that were going to the actual like the cause, whatever it was.
Really? Because
Yeah,
I use Charity. Do you guys know? I think it's called Charity Navigator, where they put like the actual financial reports for charities. It was like on the higher end side for like at that time charities that were giving
Yeah, right.
directly to aid for COVID. I'm sure now there's probably better ones, but when we were doing it very early in the pandemic, because like we researched this like quite a bit.
Mhm.
That's I'm surprised. I guess maybe compared to like other general charities, it might be a little bit lower, but for that time, for directly for COVID, it was one of the higher yield ones.
Yeah, and then I think that's the only like negative feedback that I got.
See, you said charity. I thought you were about to say chair. So now my whole joke is ruined.
You're like Crystal Heart. I'm like, what did I do?
I was gonna be like, my issue is with there's that one person, Crystal Heart.
Yeah, she was so annoying. I hated her. And be like, okay, sorry. Dethrone me, I guess. Yeah, that's interesting though. That's good to know.
Yeah, I can try to I can
If
try
they
to
know better tools, because I just always use Charity Navigator,
Yeah.
maybe there's better tools.
I can hunt around for that. It was like an old message from like the way back in the first webcon, but I can hunt for it.
Yeah. That's good to know. I thought it was about the $5. I was like, oh, that I couldn't argue with because that was just like, that's beyond me because that was like production. Like, because
Yeah.
we didn't make any money at all, but we had to give some money for production of t-shirts, obviously. So
Yeah.
we could only get $5. Yep. Okay, what about you, Ari? What was your least favorite part? You can say me. It's okay. I accept that.
I can't recycle jokes, but I will. My least favorite part was
No, my least favorite part, I know what your thought is, the 10 o'clock p.m. or later meetings. The notorious late meetings.
No. I actually enjoyed that. Just because I'm always up late anyway. No, if we're talking about the meetings, my least favorite part was you'd be like, okay, here's the schedule. And then like everyone would start talking about everything else. And then it would go on to like 2 a.m. And then that was, I'm like, guys, I gotta have time to play video games.
Yeah, we're not very productive at WebCon because we're like, I'm very into team building and community building, but then I do it to such an extreme where we like go all off on tangents because I'm like, let's do icebreakers. Icebreaker 2 hours later. Okay, we still have half the people left for icebreaker. I wish we just streamed our meetings because people might think this is memes, but it's like legit real life. Oh my gosh. Then it was funny because then some people are like, I love you, but I'm gonna like whatever you say start time, I'm gonna show up 2 hours later because I know it's just icebreaker. So I was like, it's okay.
I remember one time we convinced you to do a 9:30 meeting.
That took a lot. That was like a whole like I was gonna get dethroned and I was like, fine, okay, 9:30. Oh my gosh, too funny. So what was your answer, Ari, before I cut you off?
I don't know. I don't really. Why you ask about negative things? I don't know. To be honest.
I like that too. Okay, A-Rock.
I don't know what my least favorite would be. Yeah, I don't have any least favorite part of the convention.
My least favorite part was the whole convention.
I like that too.
Oh God.
Just- oh my gosh.
I fell faddle.
Let's see. So my next question is, so unfortunately, we probably won't have any more virtual sessions for WebCon. I don't know if there'll be like an occasional informal thing, if people want to keep it alive in the server. But was there anything that you wished you had time to do for WebCon? Anything in particular you'd like to bring up? That's for anyone to answer, because I know it's a
Yeah.
very specific question.
There were a couple of interviews like I wanted to do, but then I didn't have time to like reach out and do the whole thing. Like I think there's some guests who like when like I would only be able to interview them like with the WebCon org with it, like not just my personal YouTube channel or something. So I wish I could have done that. Hopefully, once I get bigger on YouTube, I can start to have those make those connections.
Nice. I hope you can do that too. Does anyone have anything else they want to add?
No, I don't actually.
He's just glad it's over. One thing I wished I had been able to do was not almost die the one weekend, so I could have done my shipping panel.
Oh, that's right.
I actually forgot to submit that for the nostalgia weekend,
Mhm.
and then like the deadline had passed. I'm like, oh no.
We also
uh,
had so many unfinished
yeah.
panels. We still have the second half of the Doki Doki School Days panel
Oh my god.
because we put so many school uniforms. It's insane.
You're right.
And the waifu war stuff too. I still have so many slides.
Oh, so many wrong slides that were incorrect.
I'll fight you.
All right, we'll fight. Everyone else leave. This is an all-out match.
Wait, I'm gonna play the song. I'll be your contradiction.
Wait, we need that. What was it? The Miku
Wah, wah,
Hatsune
wah, wah.
and Luca thing about love is war or whatever.
Yes, we can play that one too. Oh my gosh. Does anyone have any projects or anything that they're working on or looking forward to in the next year? Anything exciting coming up that you'd like to share with our viewers?
I'm actually thinking of trying to make a robot costume out of boxes.
You had like paused after robot, and I thought you were about to just end with, "I'm trying to build a robot."
Made from
Like,
cardboard.
I learned all these tech skills, during like COVID.
I'm just making a no, it's completely out of cardboard. I don't think I'm gonna be using like fiber wire or anything.
Wait, so are you
electrical.
gonna wear this at a con, or is it you just gonna have a box robot buddy in your room?
I'm probably gonna be walking around in that because that's what me and a few friends of mine are gonna actually plan on doing in the near future.
Nice.
So I'm still like I've been working on it for a couple of years. I just haven't found the right. I'm working on a comic book related business. I haven't found the right exact business. What's the word? Business idea, but I'm trying to kind of simplify like American comic books, and I want to use business as a tool to do that. So hopefully, like I have a list of like 5 things I'm trying to narrow down. So eventually, I'll be able to get that started. Also, my girlfriend's dog is here.
Please show me the dog, please.
Doggo.
Ruby.
Hello, who's this on the spotlight? Oh my gosh, the VIP guest.
She's 2.5, and she my girlfriend Emma adopted her a couple days ago. She's an emotional support dog.
Oh my gosh. She's beautiful.
She's big.
She's a queen.
She's got a mutt, like mixed breed.
What
Aw.
a cutie.
She's very tired. Yeah, she was. We were out playing frisbee and stuff today, so she's resting.
Oh,
If my house wasn't hit by an atomic bomb, I'd try to find my stupid dumb dogs that I love dearly. But they're probably laying somewhere among the laundry piles.
do
But,
you have any exciting projects, Ari? Or anything coming up?
well, like I've been plugging correct weave hours at correctweave.twitter.t or what was it the children had said olivegarden.com. That's my website, olivegarden.com. But yeah, besides that, just because I always had a kind of dream of opening up a little stand in a YouTube channel. Not to get big or anything, just because like I write a lot of essays in the meantime, like that I do things. Not for school, but just because I like writing essays sometimes. And I'd like to do like, what do the kids call it? The video essays. Just like read those out, possibly put some funny meme images to keep the kids' attention. So one day I'm hoping to do that. But can I show you my pin board I'm working on?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'll show them before. Oh god, please don't be on my face. Oh, okay. Yeah, so right now
That's a lot.
Yeah, I still have this box I'm working through. It's not even like half the box yet. I'd like to zoom in on my favorite part, which is this tiny little guy right there.
Oh my god, the tiny
Yeah,
Tanjiro.
like,
Oh my gosh, what is that
that's
sexy
big.
Pikachu coming out of the Pokeball? What is
Oh,
that? I
it's
love
it's
that.
a buff Pikachu.
Oh my gosh.
So
Then you got then you got the other Pikachu next to it.
oh yeah, the little asshole right there. He's
Is that-
plotting.
Is that one Pichu maybe?
No,
Yeah.
that's not Pikachu.
Which one?
No,
The small one looks like
Oh,
it might. Be Pichu.
Yeah, that's also a
oh,
Pikachu.
that's Minchino too.
Oh yes, my little Minchino, I love him. But I'm working on this. Hopefully, I'd like. I muted myself instead of stopping my video. I'm leaving. Goodbye. No, I'm hoping if I ever do video essays or anything to have that kind of as a backdrop.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way of showcasing it because that would take a lot of Ida bags.
Oh, can I know I told you, but just for the viewers so they can understand my pain.
Mhm.
Okay, so you know the chips and dip scenario. You never have enough chips for your dip. No, never enough dip for your chips. So I bought one Ida bag when they first showed up at like the first conventions. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna buy pins and put it in it. But I didn't have enough pins. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to buy more pins. And I bought more pins and I'm like, I have too many pins for the bag. I have to buy another bag. And then bought another bag and I'm like, okay, don't have enough pins for that bag. So I gotta buy more pins. But then I didn't have enough bag for the pin. And now I have like 18 bags and 400,000 pins and I'm drowning. But yeah, that's
I
my
know.
problem.
I love it. And it's funny because yours are all still in the bag, so it looks like you're a vendor. Like you're like, can I please have a table to sell my Animu pins, please?
I got like a bunch of these pins too. Some are from Loot Anime, some are from Crunchyroll crate. Some I kept around for a while.
Nice. So, my last question before we wrap up is, what do you think you'll miss most about WebCon and the virtual convention experience, because I know everyone's really excited to go back to in-person conventions, but I think there's some benefits to online conventions and things we'll miss about it. So what are your thoughts, Justin?
I think like specifically the people, like the environment at WebCon on this, and it is, as much as I do prefer in-person cons, like it is very convenient to like go to your living room, and that's the whole thing. And yeah, and you're just sitting there at home. There's a certain convenience even if I don't prefer it. So I guess those two things.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Ari?
I gotta say that's definitely one of the things I enjoyed, that I wouldn't have to like take off an entire day to go to a convention. That I could be like in my house and kind of doing things, but also like I'd hop into a lot of panels that I couldn't like interact with specifically, but like I was listening on my phone, which is something you can't really do at like a physical convention. Definitely gonna miss that. I'm definitely gonna miss. This isn't just WebCon. This is more like, because a lot of online conventions are just because of the medium can be a lot more accepting with content. But I'm gonna miss just the freedom people had to kind of do what they liked and have fun with it, just because like when you apply to in-person conventions, what happens a lot is like it's like gotta be super professional, and like you kind of like can't have fun with it even though you're supposed to be having fun with it. So it's like it's a very weird like medium, but I think I'm definitely gonna miss that.
Yeah, definitely. Because like one thing I really liked about WebCon is we had so many groups of people from different backgrounds kind of meshed together. Because I feel like in general in cons there are themes where there's like, okay, just anime, just comics, and they have video games. But then like for example, like the furry community is its own separate pocket and they go to their own convention. So I really like that we had like furry tales come in and like do presentations for a whole weekend. And then we had like the Japanese language club, and then they did like a bento cooking show, like things you wouldn't get in an in-person convention, because I feel like it tends to be like you need to go to those specific niche things. So it's nice to just like allow people to kind of bring whatever content that they want.
Yeah.
And what about you, A-Rock? What are you gonna miss most about WebCon and the virtual convention experience?
I'm gonna miss the fact that I was actually able to like do some like downtime talking with people on there. Not to mention having to actually do panels on there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming to our last WebCon Spotlight. I really appreciated everything that everyone has done. Thank you so much for being panelists for the past year and being staff. And Ari, thank you for being a co-con chair with me as well. So before we go, I would just like everyone to plug themselves and share your social media for everyone watching to follow you as well. So we'll start with Justin, and to also give final words as well.
Yeah. So I've got YouTube. That's youtube.com/c/Justin Ashbrook. And yeah, that's the main place. You can follow me. You can also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/ it's Justin Ashbrook. That's my page. Yeah, it's Justin Ashbrook is the name of the page, and then Just A Who Comics on Twitter. And then final words. Thanks to all the chairs. I really enjoyed WebCon. Hopefully something can happen with it in some point in the future.
you. And Ari?
So first off, I just want to say thank you to you, Crystal Hart, for I'm the type of person who always has ideas but has difficulty like pulling them off. And what when you do the types of leadership, I'm like the encourager or something. But so I'd really like to thank you for actually putting the drive behind the whole thing. I think that takes a lot of effort and power. Was it Girl Boss?
Oh, I'm boss lady.
Oh no, I was doing the meme, but you are the boss lady.
Yeah.
Not girl boss in a bad way. In a good way. But I'd really like to thank you for that. I'd like to thank you for taking me seriously when I said my child of a sibling actually knows how to use Discord. Because
Oh yeah, no, I definitely trust the youth. Like there's so much ageism and stuff. I don't know, because like I always like give the benefit of the doubt to like younger generation, which I know is like really hard for people to do, but I look like I'm 12.
Yeah.
And so as a healthcare worker, it's really hard for me to do things because, you know, patients can reject care from someone. And so like it's really hard for me to gain trust because I especially look very young. So I'm like, you know what, these kids, these young ones probably know how to use Discord way better than like all of us. So and then when we had that big reveal, what was it like in this first WebCon ceremony, and they were like, what, you had like 14, 15-year-old like create and run the server? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm already like becoming a boomer. Like I don't understand TikTok at all. Like I don't get it. Like, I'm 21.
After this is just our boomer talk. We're like, what are these knick-knack dances they're doing and all that?
That's exactly how I feel about it.
No, we'll have that session next. But sorry, I don't remember the question. I'm just gonna keep doing my Academy Awards speech.
You can give your speech and also plug yourself. That was the question.
This is just the final thing. I didn't get to say it too much at the closing ceremony. But yeah, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank Steven for providing memes and emotional support throughout the entire thing. And also the hard work he did behind the scenes. I know he put together a lot of the flyers and things too, right?
Yeah, he helped with that. He made a lot of like, so if you guys saw like a WebCon thing and it made you laugh, it was most likely made by Steven.
Yeah.
To be bluntly honest, because he did all the memery, and then he took over the WebCon TikTok when we first started, which is how some people found us.
Yeah.
Because I saw like Baby Yoda trying to play the theme song, and then Mando was like, stop, and then they're like, this con looks cool.
But yeah, just like to both of you guys, you've both put in a lot of work. Let's see. I'd like to thank the Academy. Yeah.
Go on.
I'd like to thank the entire WebCon staff, because I don't think there was one person who really like didn't do work. Everyone pretty much did as much as they could, especially considering COVID going on at the time. It's no easy feat to put together something like that when everyone is collectively dealing with trauma.
And our staff group chat is like 30 people also. Give context, and like everyone at some point like at least like shot an idea, you know what I mean? Like it's like everyone was like there's a piece of everyone in WebCon.
But yeah, let's see, I'm gonna plug myself. I'm Ariel. You can find me at Ariel Mick on Twitter. You can come fight me. That's what people are doing lately. I keep getting DMs about bad things. Um, all I do is incite rage and people. JK. But that's at ARIELLEMIKK gmail.com. Oh, no, at Twitter. Good. That is my Gmail. You can email me too. Email me some memes. Or what is it, the thing that kids used to do where they'd send you like the chain emails, like read this, send it to like 3 other people. Send me those.
Don't, Monica will die in this timeline.
Yeah. Oh wait, I should plug my podcast. Follow Correct Weeb Hours at Correct Weeb. That's correct, and then WEEB on Twitter. We'll post stuff eventually, maybe one day. But if you keep there, you'll at least be the first to see it. Closing thoughts. Y'all are cool. I like anime, which is garbage, and I'm glad other people put up with me long enough to also enjoy it. I said I like everything, but lately it's only been anime I watch. Unfortunately. But yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I should just mention the 2 other. Sorry, my whole speech. The 2 other people who would have been here, if not for time zone shenanigans and things like that. So Juliana and Michael. Juliana hosted actually some of the Magical Girl stuff, and Michael at the original webcon hosted a how to get good at Mario Kart. So that was fun. Yeah. Okay, now I'm done.
Thank you. And they are all so wonderful, and I loved all their panels and everything that they put into webcon. It was amazing. Okay, A-Rock, what are your final words and your plugs?
Okay, my final words are this. I'm telling you guys to never give up. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Eat your teeth.
What is this? Are we 4kids.tv now? Yu-Gi-Oh!
Are we closing out?
Say
Oh, geez. But yeah, so it's just that webcon was actually a very good convention, guys, even though it's virtually, but hopefully in the near future it will be like an actual venue location for said convention. I don't know when, but
we had a venue and then we lost the venue. So we'll try. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm hoping that webcon's going to be back up and running again. Hope we'll be back up for like an in-person convention plan. That's exactly what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely.
And plus, if you guys want to find me, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on youtube.com/arock2010. You can also find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. You can even find me now on TikTok, which I do cereal reviews.
I know, I watch your TikToks to kill me. This boy be eating like every type of cereal on the shelf and is like, this is my review on the cereal.
If I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever been to, you would love this place. It's called Milk Bar.
Oh,
Have
I've
you
heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I'm just trying to see if I can make a trip there.
Okay, because I was like, you need one YouTube video where you're, TikTok where you're at Milk Bar.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I'm also going live on Twitch in 10 minutes.
Yeah, so y'all better pop in to that Twitch. And what are we watching again, A-Rock?
You're gonna watch me play Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nice. Be sure to do that so he can get the views and become Twitch affiliated. Woo! Nice. Okay, well, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you so much for all of your love and support for WebCon in the past year. It's greatly appreciated, and at the end of the day, WebCon would not be anything without all of you guys and all of our staff and everyone putting their heart and soul into WebCon. So I greatly appreciate, because it won't be anything if it was just me yapping on a web camera for all of you guys. So
I think that'd still be something. I'd like to see-
they're like, I showed up for a convention. I just see this awkward girl in glasses just yapping on a web camera. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And Webby loves you too. Don't forget that most important note. But yeah, thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great night. And thank you to all panelists for coming. Bye,
Yeah, good
everyone.
night.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day.